And we are live. I'm so excited. Welcome to Happy Snack at Noon. It is a new series that we're going to be running. My name is Wei from the Six Figure Academy, where these happy snacks are short little quips we're going to be doing, hopefully on a weekly basis, to give you strategies, tips, ideas, maybe things, something for you to snack on or chew on a mental, emotional, maybe even an unconscious level so that we can increase your money flow, optimize your mindset, and ultimately help you create life mastery, because that's what the Six Figure Academy is all about. It's not just about money, it's about your prosperity flow. So, that being said, let's talk about today's topic, which is a phrase that is coined a lot, and it's actually miscoined and it's a misnomer, so to speak, because it's called money is the root of all evil. We hear this a lot. Most of us have heard this growing up, and I'm here to talk about today, or discuss about, why that is probably one of the worst phrases you can even utter out of your own mouth. Okay. First and foremost, I challenge you to do this, to stop saying that altogether. If something has come up, or if you find yourself using this phrase on a regular basis because you're observing something that happens in wealthy people, or you're observing something that happens in capitalism and in the world that we live in, I'm pretty sure this is something that a lot of us may have coined over the course of this past year because of everything that's been happening. Oh, money is the root of all of evil. Look what it's doing, and this and that, whatever the case may be. Let me start off by saying is this: money doesn't care. To say that and personify that money is the root of all evil, that's to say that money has some kind of a behavior pattern. Money has a life, or a life in itself, that it's making its own decisions. Money is the root of all evil. Actually, it's not. And it's actually a miscoined phrase, because what a lot of people have left off, and that's the way, people, human beings, we do that. We concatenate what has happened. It's the love of money, which is the root of all evil, which actually, it has nothing to do with the money. It's that human being's choice to place an energy or a love or emotion on money. And as a result of doing that, and they're making decisions based on that emotion or that attachment to money, is the root of all evil. The same human being can do the same thing for something that's not money. It could be potatoes. Potatoes are the root of all evil. No, the love of potatoes is the root of all evil. And someone who actually overeats potatoes can actually say that same thing. So what I challenge you to do, today's happy snack is all about snacking on this idea that if you are actually using that phrase, or you're coining that phrase, money is the root of all evil, first and foremost, ask yourself, why are you using that phrase? And what are you using that phrase for? If you're looking at something that's happening on TV, or if you're talking about somebody who actually made some very poor decisions based on money, or made some value judgment or moral violations because of money, and you find yourself saying money is the root of all evil, explore and just think about what that might do for your own neurology, for your own perception. Because if you don't plan on having money in your life, or if you don't want money to support you in your life, then go ahead, keep coining that phrase. Because I'm telling you right now, if you keep saying that over and over again, you're going to rehearse it in, you're going to train yourself to start thinking that money itself is the root of all evil. And nobody wants to be evil. So guess what's going to happen is you're going to push money away. Let's first and change that, okay, so that you understand that the entire phrasing is the love for money is the root of all evil. And it's not so much about the money, because if you swap out money and say the love of cameras, the love of microphones is the root of all evil, the love of sugar is the root of all evil, because sugar itself isn't evil. It's the desire to consume it in abundance and over the top and with lack of moderation is what is bad for you. I wouldn't say necessarily evil. Evil is such a strong word anyway. I very rarely use the word evil, because it's like dislike versus hate. It's like a very extreme word. But anyway, so if you want to start to shift the dynamic and you find yourself saying this phrase, money is the root of all evil, it's going to start to shift how you approach money as well. And what drives that is a story that we grew up with. Someone taught us that phrase. And with that teaching came a story. It's not like something we just read out of the book. It's like money is the root of all evil. Okay. In order for something to be continuously used in our lives and then ultimately have an impact as a belief system in our lives, there needs to be a story attached to it. And when you get to the bottom of that story, that's when you can start to shift the impact of that misnomer, so to speak. Okay. So money is the root of all evil. I'm telling you right now, you want to stop saying that. And on top of that, recognize that's a concatenated phrase. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil, which has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the human being that is attaching some kind of an energy, emotion, or behavior pattern to money and using money in a way that it shouldn't be used. Here's the thing. Money doesn't care. Money's just there. It's kind of like that Geico commercial where you have the money sitting on the table just staring at you. It's not doing anything. It's about as objective as it can. When you put a gun on the table and the gun is just sitting there, it's not doing any harm to anybody. It's not until a human being gets involved that it becomes a problem. So keep that in mind. That being said, I think that's enough for the money. Or again, this is a new thing that we're doing. Hopefully you enjoy it. Would love to hear your comments. Love to hear your thoughts. If this is something that is helpful, put the comments below. But I think we're going to try to do this at least once a week. So make sure you like and get the notifications so that the next time we have a Happy Snack show up at noon, you're going to be there to be able to catch it live and ask questions and interact. Other than that, we'll see you at the next Happy Snack.